Hi, today we're going to be making a little heart, crocheted heart. I'll be making the blue one. You can make them in white. This is a metallic yarn, I don't know if it's showing up. I use a 3mm crochet hook and DK yarn. These are fairly thicker, slightly thicker DKs. You can use a thinner one. Earlier on I was making them with thin yarn and they're just as pretty, maybe a little bit more flimsy to the feel. The thicker the yarn, the more like a little card it becomes. The ideal is whatever yarn you're using, you use a smaller hook than the recommended hook. So normally for DK the recommended size is 4mm and I have used a 3mm. So let's get started. So we now have our yarn and our hook ready. We're going to start with a magic circle, wrap it around the finger. I'm going to go and fetch the yarn, bring it through and make a slip knot, nice and tight. Take the tail out, hold the magic circle and chain 2. We are going to make 1/2 treble crochet, wrap twice, fetch the yarn, pull through 2. Now there's 3 left on the hook. We're going to pull through all 3. The next one is a treble, wrap twice, fetch the yarn. I'm going to pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. I'm going to repeat that. Wrap twice, fetch the yarn, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. We are now going to do 5 double crochets. We wrap once, we fetch the yarn, we pull through 2, pull through 2, wrap, fetch, pull through 2, pull through 2, wrap, fetch, pull through 2, pull through 2, wrap, fetch, pull through 2, pull through 2, and one more, wrap, fetch, pull through 2, pull through 2. We now have the tip of the heart. That is 1/2 treble crochet, wrap twice, fetch the yarn, pull through 2. We have 3 left on the hook. We pull through all 3. Now we're going to go up the other side of the heart. We are going to make 5 double crochets. Remember, it's a wrap, fetch, pull through 2, pull through 2, 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 wrap, fetch, pull through 2, pull through 2. We are now at the top of the heart. We're going to make 2 treble crochets, wrap twice, fetch, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, wrap twice, fetch, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. We're now going to do 1/2 treble, wrap twice, fetch, pull through 2. We've got 3 left on the hook. We pull through all 3. Can stitch count. Let's just do that. We have our chain. we have our half treble, our 2 trebles, we have 5 doubles, 2, 4, 5, we have 1 half treble, we have 5 doubles, 2, 4, 5, we have 2 trebles, we have 1 half treble, and we're going to keep the yarn on the hook while we sort out the magic circle. Just pull the tail. Sometimes I have to maneuver it a bit just so that it's bringing all the yarn to the right place. It'll close up better when we actually work the tail in. Now once we've been pulling all that, we have quite a small hole. This is when we're going to chain 2. You can either slip stitch in there or make a single crochet. A single crochet is you don't wrap, you go straight for the yarn, pull it, fetch the yarn and pull through 2. Pull it tight, try and get that stitch all the way down. Pull this so it's tight as well on the hook. Now the next row, which we're going to work now, the first and only stitch that is worked into the chain is a single crochet. So pull it through, fetch, pull through, put 2 on the hook, pull through 2. The next 3 stitches are going to be worked into the top of the chain. There's actually a V, you can see that, and all the other stitches will also be worked into the V's. That top part of the stitch, that's where you want to work into. So you're working into the V, but because it is what is called a half double crochet, we need to first wrap, go into the V. It's not into the chain space, there's a chain space, it's actually into the V. You fetch, you've got 3 on the hook, we're going to pull through all 3. It's a half double crochet. We're going to repeat that process twice. That has made 3 stitches. Into the next one, we're going to do exactly the same. 3 half double crochets. And all the stitches around will be half double crochets except for one right at the bottom here, which will be a double crochet. So I won't keep telling we have to do a half double crochet. I'm just going to say how many stitches we're going to do. So into this one here, we're going to make 3. Next one, we're going to make 2. And that's given us the nice round shape. Now we're going to work it on the side. Into the next ones, we are going to make, in the next 4, we're going to make 1 stitch each. 1 stitch, 1 stitch, 1 stitch, 1 stitch. Coming down to the point, we haven't quite got there yet. The next one, we're going to make 2 stitches. Now we've come to the point, and there we're going to make 3 stitches. The first one is a half double crochet. Remember, if you've got 3 on the hook, you pull through all 3. The next one's a double crochet. You wrap, fetch, got 3 on the hook, but you pull through 2, pull through 2. Gives us the little point. The next one's a half double crochet. Now we're going up the side, and it's almost a perfect mirror, just until we get to the end. Little different deviation. So we're going to start off with 2 into the stitch, 2 half double crochets into the stitch, going up the side, so it's going to be 4 stitches, each with 1 in it. 1 and another one, and the third, and the fourth. We're now coming to the rounded curve of the heart. We're going to be making 2 into the next stitch, 1 and 2. We're making 3 into the next one, 1 and 2 and 3. Now we're coming into the home run. Into the next one, in theory you would say, well, we're going to do 3 because that was on the other side, but we're actually going to be doing 2. And what we have now is right at the top of the chain, we have a little tiny space in there. We want to pop one in there. Now we're left with the chain, and into that we're going to make a single crochet. So we don't wrap, we just go and fetch the yarn and we pull through 2. Make it nice and tight. We're going to cut a long tail and pull it out. Your heart is almost complete. Now this is the part that anchors the whole heart in. I swear by my tapestry needle. The sharp point, it has a large eye. Looks like a darning needle, but it has a sharp point. So this hole we want to get it as small as possible. You can see the direction that the tail's going in. It's going clockwise. So we're going to put the yarn onto the needle, respecting the direction that it's going in. That's really important. We're going to be working, don't go right onto the edge for the moment because that's where the yarn is and you don't want to catch that yarn because you want that yarn to pull. So work a little bit away from where you know the yarn is. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to give it a tug. Then we're going to go do the same thing. What I like about the tapestry needle, the point one, is that it goes into all the fibers and it grips at the same time. Look how it's closed off. It's nicely closed, and I'm going to go around one more time. My neighbors are quite noisy this morning, what with the TV shouting. So this one here will also be worked away. This one will go down and then we can work them back that way. What I like to do now is, if you look at the anatomy of the heart, there is this ridge going all the way around there. You see that ridge? I want to go with my yarn into that ridge as far as I can to get to the point. If I run out of yarn, it doesn't matter because then the other one I'll just bring up to meet it. Going into the heart there. And then following this, my finger at the back is making sure that it doesn't come through. I will, when I'm finished putting both in, I will straighten out the heart because If you tug too tight doing this, good, look, if you pull too tight, look at, if you pull too tight, it actually shrinks the heart. So later on we'll just stretch it and smooth it out. Now the other tail. The first thing I want to do is from the right side, the correct side, I want to bring this stitch down. So when I look on the opposite side, you can see where the beginning is of the heart. I'm just going to go in there and pull my stitch down. Then I'm going to come out again, and you can see where all these V's are. So go into that V, to the back, and now I've closed the loop, so to speak. See there? You can make it a little bit tighter if you want to. Now you have an invisible stitch. Turn it over. We need to see which side this one came from. Okay, it came from that side. That's why I haven't cut the tail. And just go down a little bit just to get away from the edge. And we are going to go up again, so just anchor it nicely. We are going to follow the same as this side, we followed it. We're going to follow it all the way around. So we came down, go back up. My neighbor doesn't know she's been recorded, bless her. Okay. So I've taken my needle out, put it with my magnet. Here we go. So we're just going to pull it up. I can actually feel that the tails are moving slightly. I'm very happy with that. Super stiff. I've timed myself. It takes me 7.5 minutes to make one from the beginning to the end. Here we go. I'm going to video because I could attach photographs, but I don't know how to do that. So I'm just going to video the two different patterns in English, UK, they're both English, in UK and American terms in my little book. And then you can just stop your video and take a screenshot and copy it out into your little notepad or onto a scrap of paper or onto a card, whatever. And then at a glance you can see the stitches for the two different rows. So thank you very much for watching, and the next section will be just the video for the patterns. So this is the pattern. You can take a screenshot. This is US terms. So you can see row 1 on the left hand side page and row 2 on the right hand side page. Once you've followed the pattern through, then this should make sense to you. In the pink over here, these pink ones, that is just to indicate where the row 1 is. So this is the chain 2 space from row 1, and that is the V, the top V from the chain 2 of row 1. That's the half double crochet of row 1. That is the same as down there. So the start of the row there, and you work your way down. When you see 2, for instance, 2 half double crochet, that means that that's worked into 1 V. When it's 4, means you're going to make 4 1 half double crochets into basically the next 4 stitches and into the next 4 stitches. I've written out the same thing for the UK. Now here is the very bizarre thing. In American videos and in terms, we have something called the half treble crochet, which you would see I used. And basically it's when you yarn over twice, go and fetch your yarn, then you pull through 2 and you pull through 3. It's a half treble crochet. In the UK, I have absolutely no idea what it's called. I've looked on the internet, I can't find it, so I've just called it the half double treble crochet. Hopefully it'll make sense to you. But as I said, this is just a quick guide, and the ideal is that you write it out onto a card or into your little booklet, and hopefully that's helpful. Thank you very much for watching, and have a nice day.